We talked about against the Cavs and what he would mean to in a potential series between the Celtics and Cavs. But yeah, for sure. I mean, real quick before we talk more about Porzingis, I gotta get your take on this LeBron James situation that happened before the Celtics game in LA against the New York Knicks. Man, Max, I thought this was after the game. Apparently, LeBron James approached Stephen A. Smith in the middle of a game. It was like the timeout in the third quarter, confronted him about talking about Bronny James, talking about his son, told him to keep his effing don't F with his son. That's my effing son, over and over. And when Stephen A. Smith wanted to ask if he wanted to talk about it on the side, have a conversation, he said, nah, F that. Don't talk about my effing son. Max, what's your take on this situation? Because, obviously Bronny James is in the NBA. He's an NBA, is going through his first season. People have had their opinions about this whole thing. But to do this during a game, what's your, like, if you're Stephen A. Smith, what do you do in that situation?
I mean, you're Stephen A. Smith, what can you do? LeBron James control that narrative at the end of the day. I'm a little surprised that LeBron James did this. A friend of mine was saying, oh, LeBron James is going to break him in half and did this. LeBron James ain't hitting nobody.
Nah.
LeBron James.
He wanted to send a message.
Yeah, he sent the message that he was mad, but Stephen A. Smith is a broadcaster, and he has his opinion. And he just got $100 million from ESPN to do what he does. And like it or not, Bronny James is fair game. And one of the things he said that Bronny James is holding back somebody else's spot that should be in the NBA.
Right.
That's his opinion. And has Bronny played? No, he hasn't. Are there better players in the G League? Yes, there are. But this is a very unique situation that the star player on your team happens to be his dad, and as he said, forced the Lakers to take him in that situation. Gave him a guaranteed contract, a 3-year deal. It doesn't make it right, but it damn sure makes it even when you think about LeBron James coming up and just going up against Stephen A. Smith. I tell you what, it wasn't a good look, and it wasn't a LeBron James look. LeBron James is so calculated that it surprised me that he would do that in that form, because he has so many other ways to do it. But maybe he wanted to send a message because it wasn't going to be sent any louder if you do it in public in front of everybody.
Yeah, that's a good point, Max. Especially the way, obviously, the video like that's gonna go viral. I mean, that's not something that people are just gonna be like, "Oh, I wonder what those two are talking about." What I mean, when someone's heated, and when someone's dropping F-bombs, at least 5 or 6. Yeah, right. The body language says it all. Says everything right there.
Even they got lip readers.
Right. So immediately everyone's just like, recorded because. Like, well, what's this about? But look, my whole thing is, one, Stephen A. obviously isn't the only one with this hot take, right? I mean, he questioned this whole thing. He pretty much asked LeBron to stop the charade. You have so much power in the situation, and end all this. And then the second part of it is what I think you just said, a big chunk of it, right? You send a message to the entire media, like, don't end up like Stephen A. Like, I'm gonna send a message through you so every other talking head on national TV, don't talk about my son. And he did it right to Stephen A. Smith. And you know what else too, Max? You think Stephen Smith's gonna have something critical to say about Bronny James in the near future? Absolutely not. So I think that's another part. It's like, man, you won't deal with this again. I'm gonna say something right now, son, and you won't have to deal with this criticism again. But what is that the best thing for Bronny James, though?
No, I don't think that. I don't think it stops it. Matter of fact, it's going to.
You don't think it stops it?
No, it's going to intensify it. Because
I think LeBron thinks that, though.
Here's one of the things going to happen.
You think he has that much power?
What do you think the fans are going to do now? What do you think? How
be extra critical?
So when the fans start chanting your son's name or he sucks or whatever it is, what are you going to do with them?
Right.
I mean, you asked for this situation. You wanted it. You have to deal with it the best you can. I don't know if there's a right way to deal with it other than, then he's a basketball player. He's fair game as long as he's in that situation. It's unfortunate, but it's the real world we're in. That if he's not producing, he happens to be the son of one of the greatest players ever to play the game. Right now, still the face of the NBA. People are going to be critical about that. And if you are Stephen A. Smith, you're not doing your job if you don't talk about that. And if you are some other reporter in the NBA who's covering the NBA and you're afraid to talk about LeBron, you're in the wrong business. You're in the wrong business. Because
if you're like me, life gets busy, but eating well shouldn't have to be so complicated. That's why I love Factor. These chef-made meals are dietitian approved, and they make it so easy to stay on track no matter what's on my schedule. They arrive fresh, they're never frozen, and they are fully prepared. Just heat, eat, and enjoy in 2 minutes. And the taste? Honestly, I was blown away. The flavors are amazing, and with 40 meal options across 8 dietary preferences, there's always something new to try. My go-to is the Protein Plus meals, but if you're into keto, calorie smart, or vegan, Factor's got you covered. And if you're looking to lose weight, a clinical trial found that keto Factor meals can help you shed up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks. They even have smoothies, breakfasts, and snacks to keep you fueled all day long. So if you're ready to eat smart and save time, get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. So if you're ready to eat smart and save time, get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. Just go to factormeals.com/boomertakes50off and use the code BOOMERTAKES50off. Trust me, this is one decision you won't regret taking from a boomer.
Because that is part of how it goes. I've been there before when people have been critical of me, and that's just part of look. I got a documentary which is coming in. I'm in the what is it, Celtic City. That I'm gonna be in. There's a lot of stuff in there that's not gonna be favorable for me when I got traded, but that's just part of how it is. You have to be a big boy and take it the way it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, man, I just want to get your take on that, because it happened last week and we haven't got a chance to talk about it. But yeah, okay. So back to Porzingis, right?
NBA History Channel is brought to you by Prize Picks.